Grade 11 Math Geniuses. Today we will be looking at quadratic equations. So a quadratic equation is any equation that has the form ax to the power 2 plus bx plus c equals 0, where a does not equal 0. And a never equals 0 because then we would not have an x to the power 2 value. And we also need a to tell us whether or not the quadratic equation is pointing upwards or if it is pointing downwards. So the graph of a quadratic equation is called a parabola. Parabolas can open upwards when a is larger than 0, so we call that one usually the smiley face, or it can be downwards if a is smaller than 0, and then that is a frowny face form. So we have two methods for solving quadratic equations. The first method is factorization. So with factorization, the goal is to get two brackets where we can equate each one to equal 0, and then we can solve them to find two x values. So then we just solve for x and find two values. So how does this factorization work? So essentially what you want is two brackets with values that when we multiply them out, we get to the same equation that we started with. So when we multiply these constants here, we want the end constant with the same sign in front, and when we add them together, we want the middle value with that sign in front. So what do? We look at the end value and we see, okay, what factors do I have that can give me the middle value? So we have 6 and 1, and we have 3 and we have 2. But 6 and 1 won't work because we need to subtract them from each other, meaning they will have to have different signs. But we can see here we have a positive sign. So I know that in my brackets there must be either a minus and a minus or a plus and a plus to equal that positive sign when multiplying these two factors. Therefore, I move away, and then I know 2 and 3 will also give me 6 when multiplied. And will that work? Yes, because minus 2 and minus 3 gives me minus 5. Then when I have my two brackets, I simply equate them to 0. So I say x minus 2 equals 0, therefore x equals 2. X minus 3 equals 0, therefore x equals 3. The second method for solving a quadratic equation is something called the quadratic formula, and that will be on your formula page. So with the quadratic formula, we must remember that this equation has a format. So it's ax to the power 2 plus 3x plus 2, so that 3 is a b, and that 2 gives us c value. Here you can see the identified coefficients is written down. So a equals 2, b equals 3, c equals minus 2. So then what do? We apply the quadratic formula. So then we write down the formula, and it can look very intimidating and very complicated, but it really isn't. You simply substitute your values. Then very important, when you substitute this, you will then simplify inside the root to get a simpler equation, and you will simplify below the fraction line. Then you want to end up with 2x values. So very important, that plus minus sign there is what's going to give us our two different values. So here we can see we still have that plus minus sign. So then we split it and we write one of them with the plus and one of them with the minus. And that will give us two different values. So you just type that in on your calculator and it will give you x with a half, so x equals a half and x equals minus 2. So you simply follow the equation, and when typing it on your calculator, you will type it in 2 times, 1 time with a minus in front of the square root, and 1 time with a plus sign in front of the square root. So let's look at the graph of a quadratic function. Please note that we have another format in which we can write a quadratic function. It means the exact same thing as this original one that we learned. It just gives us other information. What information can we see from here? So in this bracket right here, it helps us to see horizontal shifts. So shifts on the x-axis. When the h has a negative sign, so it's negative, then there will be a shift to the right, so a positive shift. When it is positive, we will see a negative shift, so a shift to the left. Why is this? Because we equate this x minus h to 0, and then when we solve for that, we will get h equals x, or x equals h. So therefore, it shifts to the opposite side of the sign right here, and then the k value shows us the shift up or down. So when this is positive, there is an upward shift. When this is negative, there will be a downward shift. Okay, then we have the vertex. The vertex is the lowest point on the graph, or when it's a frowny face, it is the highest point. Then we have our axis of symmetry. So how do we get that x value? Then we use that by using this equation. Same thing as the quadratic equation. We simply substitute the b and the a value from our original equation and get this value. Don't forget the minus sign. And then the intercept here is the c value. And how do we get the y value of the vertex? By substituting the axis of symmetry that we calculated into either this or this equation. It will give the exact same answer. And that is quadratic equations.